Let's return to our products spreadsheet, and this time let's look at calculating averages. An average is calculated as the sum of a group of values divided by the number of values. In worksheet terms, this is the sum of a range of values divided by the number of cells in that range. So for example, for spring here, we can calculate the average sale of products using a sum divided by 4. So I'm going to type equal sum and we'll add up all of these values, close the bracket, a division symbol, the number 4, and press enter. This is the average of sales of products for the spring quarter. Now, it's also possible to calculate an average using an average formula. Excel has one and it's called average. You type equal average, the open bracket, select over the data that you want to average, close the bracket, and press enter. It's effectively the same as typing equal sum before :E4/4. It's just that average is a little bit easier. The AutoSum function here can also average for you. I'm going to select all the cells that I want to average plus an empty cell, and then instead of clicking this to get a total, I'm going to click the drop down list to get average. And Excel creates an average formula in this cell for me automatically. Now let's have a look at a situation where the answer that Excel gives us may not be the answer that we expect or want. I'm going to select over this entire range of data plus an extra column, and I'm going to calculate averages for all these expenses. I'll choose average. This is the average of rental paid for each month over the year, and this is the average of utilities. But let's have a look at insurance. Technically, this is an average. If we add 350 and 350 and divide by 2, we get 350. But in terms of looking at a budget, this may not be the answer that we expect if we consider the average that we're looking for to be the average expense on this particular item per month over the year. If we're looking at a monthly average, then the average we would expect to see here would be 350 plus 350 divided by 12. Not 350 by 350 divided by 2. So in this situation, I'm going to delete this value and I'm going to type in my own version of average, the concept of summing 12 months worth of data and then divide by 12. This gives me the figure that I'm expecting to see. When I'm looking at my budget, I want to see that I'm paying on average $58.33 per month across the full year for insurances. Now this brings up another one of those issues in Excel. While we're looking at a 3-row worksheet, it's really easy for us to see that we've got a problem. But if this were 100 or 200 rows worth of data, we could easily overlook this sort of situation and we could end up with some really bad results. So it's really important to look at your data and look at the answers and say to yourself, is this really what I was expecting to see? Is this really the sort of data or the information or result that I want? And in this case, the answer is no. I want to see monthly averages, so I need to build up a separate formula, because in this situation where there are blank cells, the average function is not going to give me the answers that I expect to see.